right, welcome back to Instrumental Inspirational Success Loops, where we take the dry, mundane, boring, not so exciting success strategies of the elite coaches and the wealthy entrepreneurs, and we make it a lot more exciting, a lot more accessible, and easier for retention and for recall by associating it with music. And with everything being cyclical, we use this looping station right here. Today we're going to be looking at the guru who's not your guru. We're looking at Tony Robbins, and we're looking at his 5 principles for success. Let's get cracking.
The Big Cigar.
All right, point number 1. Tony Robbins says, one of the fundamental principles for success is raise your standards. What does he mean by that? By that he means by changing your shoulds into musts. Instead of saying, I should be doing this, I must be doing this. I think it also means that I should have this, I must have this. Being crystal clear on the differentiation between your wants and your needs, your shoulds and your musts. And basically, if you raise your personal value, it has to reflect in your environment around you as well. So that's just the first step. So let's symbolize that with music. Let's go. So step number 1, raise your standards. First loop. First loop down. Let's move on to number 2. Tony says, change your limiting beliefs. He says, point 1, just raising your standards isn't enough. You have to change your limiting beliefs. Now, what does he mean by that? It means you have to shift your doubts. You've got to believe this, because doubts then equals I can't, which equals fears, and ultimately giving up. So it's the realignment with your goal intensely in a way that you can rationalize it and believe it. So you can subscribe to it in a way that, yes, it's possible. And this takes a bit of work, and sometimes has to be done in steps and stages, building up as your confidence and your beliefs grow. Because a belief is nothing but a thought just on repeat. So by changing your beliefs, you have to change those nagging thoughts of doubts. Erase them and replace them. Refine them and redefine them. Okay, so we've raised our standards. We're now working on our limiting beliefs. Okay, number 2, let's change our limiting beliefs. Let us symbolize that point with some sound. Timing's a bit interesting there, but it's all good. It's good enough for rock and roll. Moving on. Point number 3. This is modeling strategies that work. This is pretty much what I'm doing right here. It's me seeking out those strategies that have been tried and tested and have worked for successful coaches, for successful entrepreneurs, and then adopting those to optimize your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. So it's about mimicking those behaviors that have already paved the path to success. And by optimizing it, it's about not leaving anything up to chance. And this takes constant and persistent effort to create those thoughts, beliefs, and actions that align with that. All right, let's put that down as sound. Point 3, model strategies that work. All right, point 3, let's model some strategies that work. That's point 1 and 2. Let's record number 3. All right, that's taking some shape. Let's move on to number 4. All right, as point number 4, Tony Robbins says, intensify your emotions. Emotions is your energy in motion, emotion. We need to stoke these as there's going to be crap to face. And when the crap does hit the fan, Tony Robbins says, oh, yes, a worthy opponent, let's dance. He gets excited about it. Doesn't back down. He sees this as now a worthy opponent. He knows that he has the belief that he can rise and he can conquer and he will transcend. You use it as fuel like he does. And when the shit hits the fan, which ultimately it does, because it will, we live in a relative realm, so there's always going to be some form of contrast here. And that contrast is there to help us to know the difference so we can get more clear on where our goals are and where we want to go. So whenever the shit does hit the fan, see it as I'm paying my success tax. That's what Tony Robbins says. Oh, I'm paying my success tax. So whenever there's a bit of hardship, it's like even that is reframed in a way that, oh, I'm grinding, I'm hustling, and I'm shifting that this is just my payment of my success tax, and that you will break through it and get to the other side. He has the philosophy of, I have to win. I will always win. It's a given. It's, I always win. Even when I lose, I'm winning. Sounds like a John Legend song. So it's important to fill up your fuel for your emotions by flooding yourself with inspiration. Give yourself time to build up, fill up your cup, and get psyched, and get ready, and get re-energized to continue going. So that's number 4. Intensify your emotions. It's quite a mover shaker one. Let us symbolize this point with the next instrument. Here comes number 4. Number 4 is down. All right, this brings us to number 5 of Tony Robbins' 5 principles for success. And number 5 is give much more than you expect to receive. Give much more than you expect to receive. And I think what he means here is you're moving away from neediness. No one likes a salesman that's like needy. We all want to see somebody that we can trust, that we can subscribe to, somebody that's like that we can align with. And what Tony Robbins says, he says that things that you get decay and things that you give last. Things that you get decay and things that you give the world last. It's about building your legacy, which he has done very successfully. And I think that's the typical business principle of always over-deliver. You'll always get loyal clientele, you'll always get trust, and you'll get repeats and upsells if you over-deliver. Everybody will want to work with somebody that delivers usually every single time. But on the selfish perspective, that way you get so much more fulfillment out of it. If you're wanting fulfillment, give. Because that's what causes much longer lasting happiness, is when you give something away. Okay, so before we close the loop, let's do a quick little recap. The first one is raise your standards. Change your shoulds into musts. Get yourself into a higher value, even if you learn new skills or empower yourself. Number 2, change those limiting beliefs. What you believe is what you constantly think over and over again, and basically what affects our actions and reflects in our circumstances. Number 3, model the strategies that are already working. It's about optimizing our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions by modeling it on those that have walked the path and paved it before us. Number 4, intensify your emotions. The emotions is the language of the soul. It is energy and motion. You've got to fill yourself with inspiration, see the worthy opponent, believe that you will always win, pay your success tax. Then number 5, over-deliver. Give much more than you expect to receive. It's about adding to people's lives, not taking from it. It's about adding to the economy, not taking a slice from it. Right, that's the 5 principles for success by Tony Robbins. Let's close this loop and let's perform the song. All right, let's take this home. First world alligator, see you later. Gonna hit the road, gonna hit the road. Some change in the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I could get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me to know where I'll be, I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you see what I mean. It's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Yes, you're riding shotgun and feeling like a someone. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out, much love.
The Big Cigar.